The little girl followed her brother to take part in the village's math Olympiad selection, but she accidentally discovered a tough bonus problem left behind by one of the judges. Rumor had it that solving it could earn extra points, yet not a single contestant had cracked it. At that moment the little girl thought, this question is way too easy. So she walked up to the blackboard, grabbed a piece of chalk and wrote down the answer. When the professor saw it, his expression instantly changed. He couldn't believe his eyes. This math problem, known as a century-level challenge, had been solved so effortlessly. Even top university students could barely work it out. He immediately asked who had written the answer. The little girl stepped up without hesitation and admitted it was her, but no one believed her. A little girl who hadn't even finished elementary school couldn't possibly have that kind of talent. The village chief publicly humiliated her brother, saying she wasn't qualified to participate in the contest. Then the chief's son smiled and made a proposal. He'd give the siblings a chance. If the brother could win the selection, all their family debts would be cleared, but if he lost, they'd have to hand over their land and house deed. The brother hesitated, but the little girl confidently patted her chest and said they had it in the bag. Soon the contest began. The village chief's son went first, facing a revised version of last year's Olympiad question. He solved it in just 10 minutes. The professor confirmed the solution, and the crowd erupted in applause. Then it was the brother's turn. The village chief and his son sneered, waiting to watch him fail, but they didn't expect this former top college entrance exam scorer to quickly write down most of the answer. Yet just as he reached the crucial step, he froze. The little girl suddenly spoke up, reminding him to use Newton's principle. Time was running out. Though unsure, he followed her suggestion and ultimately won the match. But the chief's son refused to accept the result, accusing the little girl of helping during the test, which violated the rules. The girl didn't argue. Instead, she questioned whether both questions were equally difficult. To ensure fairness, the professor announced a tiebreaker round. This time, the brother went first, but he lost. The chief declared that the brother must now surrender their land and deed, and even threatened to take the little girl away. But the girl wasn't having it. She marched up to the professor and said she wanted to compete. The professor said she couldn't without an official registration. But what they didn't know was that the little girl had secretly filled out a form when no one was watching. She confidently handed it to the professor. At that moment, no one had faith in her, but the little girl solved the problem in just 1 minute.